Good morning, Mr. Ben.
Hello.
It's very nice to meet you again after 1 year, right?
Yes.
Also, Horrific 24.
Yes.
Right? In the Furoma, Arizona convention. I heard you move a great step in developing your product.
Yeah.
And introduce a very special food product of Vietnam, Chú Ben.
Yeah.
Not only locally but also internationally.
Absolutely.
That's right. Could you introduce a little bit about you and Chú Ben, please?
Okay, so basically, I have been a journalist and a food critic for 20 years. And 5 years ago, during COVID, I was stuck in Vietnam and could not go back to my country. And I was thinking about a project that really makes my heart beat. I've always been in love with Vietnamese gastronomy. And I really had the occasion to discover the traditional nước mắm.
Yeah.
As I'm from the Mediterranean Sea and we eat a lot of anchovy, that product was talking to my roots, but it was also something very exotic. So I wanted to learn from A to Z how to make the traditional nước mắm. Then I came with the idea that...
How many years, please? You try to learn to make?
More than a year,
yeah.
But I got hired in a family business, in a small factory.
Yeah.
And I was working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week for 5 million dong per month.
Yeah.
Just like the other workers.
Okay.
And it was hard. But at the same time, I was communicating with some 3 Michelin star chefs who are specialized in fermentation.
Yeah.
And we were talking about my discoveries and my work. So I was both working with traditional family and also working with high-end chefs.
Yes.
And I was mixing those two knowledge.
That's right.
To understand how this works. And then I started thinking, okay, nước mắm. First, nước mắm was created by the Romans. It arrived in Southeast Asia through the Silk Road. So the roots of nước mắm was in very ancient Europe, and then it developed a lot in Southeast Asia. So I started thinking, this is the bridge between all culinary cultures.
A bridge.
A bridge. But the way the traditional nước mắm is made in Vietnam is very specific in terms of taste and of smell and way of use. So I had to think about a way to give it a small evolution to make a bridge between Vietnamese roots and the wings everywhere. So I started collecting some spices from the northern mountains, especially from the Hmong community.
Yeah.
And I started infusing some spices in the nước mắm to modify a little bit the taste and make this recipe, which is a smoked nước mắm, because the smoky taste is very successful in Western gastronomy and in high gastronomy. But you also need the saltiness and the fishiness of the fish sauce that is very seducing. So I started building my own recipes. At the beginning, the local small factory I was working with, they were like, what the hell are you doing? You cannot do that.
So,
I was like, why I cannot? Because we never did that.
Yeah.
This is why I want to do it, because you never did.
Yeah.
And I'm only using Vietnamese technique, Vietnamese ingredients, trying to do something different.
Innovation, right?
Innovation in tradition.
Yeah.
Because I really believe that Vietnam has a lot of amazing products, but many of those products were never lifted up in a, how can I say, in a premium way.
Yeah.
So my idea was lift up the nước mắm in a premium way, because a lot of people, including a lot of Vietnamese, don't really know how nước mắm is made, how hard it is, how long it is. You know that the liquid that is in that bottle, it takes 2 years to make it.
Yeah.
So it should not be cheap. It's a national treasure. And I think we should value the hard work of the people who are making it traditionally.
For the local community.
Yes. And I think we should add value and financial value to the hard work that is done.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You have some big companies who are making industrial, what they call nước mắm, with a lot of chemical products. That's another story. But regarding the traditional way of making, I had to experience that myself. So I go on the boat for the fishing. Yeah. I do the selection of the anchovy, do the selection of the salt, then do the work to mix it, and leave to ferment. And when you know the hard work, you should lift it up. And lifting up this product is the key to reach international markets. Yeah. Through the quality, through the taste, through the health also. Yeah. Because what a lot of people don't know is that this is the very first superfood in the history of mankind. Okay. A drop of nước mắm contains proteins, omega-3, omega-6, omega-9, vitamins, minerals, amino acids that are good for articulation, for your skin, for your brain, for your heart. I mean, it's more than just food. It's something that keeps you in good health.
And yeah.
And it adds a wonderful taste to the food.
Yeah.
So I wanted to combine all that and to put a highlight on this product.
Yeah.
So I had to make my own recipe because I cannot compete with ancestral tradition.
Yeah.
I cannot arrive and say, I'm going to make nukma. But I can say, I make my version, and I hope that can be an inspiration for many producers, not only nukma, for many people who produce traditional things in Vietnam and who might be thinking, okay, how can I make my product evolve to reach a higher level of quality and an international level and find its way to the Michelin star chef's tables?
Yeah, that exactly what Vietnam journey to become a new gastronomy capital of the world try to promote, try to support. And I think Chú Ben is a very good symbol of Vietnam gastronomy capital. Can I have a question? Like when I asked my friends around the world, they said Vietnamese food is very, very great, number one, but most of them talk about street food. And we try to introduce at Vietnam gastronomy capital, we try to introduce Vietnam gastronomy in a different way, higher level, more luxury, more high-end product, like what exactly like Chú Ben did, right? And what do you think about the opportunity to identify and to promote, to introduce Vietnam as a top destination, gastronomy destination of the world?
Okay,
how about
so
your opinion?
I will give you my feeling about that. First, in your question, you divide Vietnamese gastronomy into street food and gastronomy.
Yeah.
Vietnamese gastronomy is the street food. And this is the best thing you can find. I mean, I'm sure that your favorite food in Vietnam is in the streets.
Yeah.
And something you can see in Vietnam and only in Vietnam, sometimes you have a very small street food restaurant that looks really poor, but on the street you have huge Mercedes, Rolls Royce, big cars, because Vietnamese people know more about the taste than the way it looks. Yeah. The problem I find in Vietnam with the fine dining restaurants is that they work only with imported products.
With what?
Imported products. Yeah. I mean, they import toothfish, they import codfish, they import Wagyu beef, they import.
Yeah, that's fine.
As long as they do this, it cannot work.
Yeah.
But you have chefs. You take Thuong. I mean, I think he's one of the most brilliant chefs in Vietnam nowadays. The way he's working his own version of pho. He takes the same ingredients as the pho you can find in the streets, but he just turns them into a different shape. I will give you an example of this. I made the fish sauce in a spray for one reason. You like gỏi cuốn, okay? Yeah. So imagine you want to make your own gỏi cuốn, and you go buy the best ingredients you find. Beautiful shrimps, fresh herbs from Chuyen, a lot of ingredients you like, okay? And you buy your favorite nukma. Okay?
Like Chú Ben.
It can be many.
Yeah.
So if you do that the traditional way, you will roll your spring roll, and then you will take the nukma and you will add some water and some sugar and some garlic and some chili, and then you're gonna dip your spring roll into that. What you do when you do that, you kill two people. You kill the nukma because you add a lot of products inside, and you kill the beautiful ingredients you put in your gỏi cuốn because you dip it so much in the sauce that it only takes the sauce. So what I propose is not changing completely. You make your beautiful spring roll, then you cut it just like you would do with a sushi maki, and you spray a little bit of pure fish sauce on top, just to enhance the taste of your beautiful ingredients. And then you bring both fish sauce and Vietnamese ingredients into the lights, because instead of killing them, you help each other to enhance each other and lift it up. This is the way I see the future of Vietnamese gastronomy. The real taste, the beautiful taste is in the streets. And I think it's just about changing the shape and the way to eat. You keep the street food in the street, you keep the same ingredients, the same taste in a different shape to lift it up into high gastronomy. That's how I see it. But the thing is that I think that Vietnam should stop being ashamed of its own products and start being proud. I mean, how come you import some fish from all across the planet when you have cá chim, cá mú, amazing fish? But if you think about different techniques to work on these products, then yes, Vietnamese gastronomy can shine bright over many gastronomies.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. The last question about challenge. In your journey, what is the biggest challenge, and you need support from all the stakeholders, from the government? What is the biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge is, I would say, is in education. You know, if Vietnam and France are so close, it's because we have something in common. We don't have to change our habits. You know, in Vietnam, you say, we eat like that because we've always been eating like that.
Yeah.
Until someone like me comes and say, and what if we could bring? So yeah, my biggest challenge is to bring these kind of products on the table and have people use the fish sauce as a precious ingredient, and make everybody who visit Vietnam want to go back to his country with a product like that and share with their community. A big bottle of Nước Mắm with a traditional, very intense flavor in the plastic, people won't buy it and take it back to their countries. This is why I decided to work both on the designing the outside and designing a taste that can fit. So for example, on my website, I'm creating a lot of recipes that you can make with fish sauce, but which are not Vietnamese recipes. I created a mayonnaise, I've created some salad dressings, I've created ice creams, and many different ways to use the fish sauce. So for example, for education, I put on my packaging a QR code, and when people flash the QR code, they have access directly to the recipes on my website, so they can already think about how to use that. And this is the hard part with Vietnamese culture, is that people don't want to change. I mean, you know better than me, you go to a Vietnamese restaurant, you order 5 dishes, they come with 5 different sauces. But if you take dish number 1 and you dip in sauce number 2, the waiter will jump and say, what are you doing? This goes with this sauce. And you'll be like, what if I want to try? They will be like, no, you don't try.
Okay.
So yeah, so the help I need, of course, from Vietnamese is for them to say, let the little French try something, and how about we all try? Because it remains very Vietnamese ingredients, but it's time to play with it. I make, you know the steak tartare. You know that recipe with raw beef. I've tried to make it with the mùi ớt xanh. So everybody was like, but no, the mùi ớt xanh, it goes with the seafood. Wait a minute. Try. And you try at home. You make raw beef and raw buffalo meat with mùi ớt xanh, onion, capers, pickles. The taste is beautiful, and that is a great way to promote Vietnamese products everywhere. You have 2 options. You can tell people, come to Vietnam and discover Vietnamese traditional food. That's what they will do. But you can also say, try Vietnamese products in your culture, in your food. What I tell to a lot of people in France when they buy this, they're like, how can I use it? I'm like, are you using salt when you're cooking? Yes. The same. Throw the salt away. Use this instead. Salt is bad for your health. This will bring salt, it will bring taste, it will bring vitamins, it will bring everything you need for your health. And you will discover a whole new world of cooking. But keep your own recipe. Just try these ingredients instead.
I have a positive thinking about this, because Vietnam population 70% under 35, right?
Yes.
With higher payer, higher salary, willing to pay and willing to try a new thing. So it's a good time for Chú Ben, for example, because our youth trying to test new, even they have never tried before. So I think great opportunity for Chú Ben, Vietnam gastronomy in a new way, in an innovation way for coming. So.
And I believe in customers' choice to try new ways, but I'm also really willing to help traditional companies making a traditional product try to change. I'll give you just one example. So this is called sac mam. Normally when you make the Nước Mắm, you filter the anchovy and salt. What comes out of the filter is the Nước Mắm. What stays in the filter is sac mam. Traditionally, the sac mam is given to the chicken or to the pigs. But then I had the idea, okay, how about we take that, we make it dry under the sun, then we turn it into a powder, because it has all the taste of the Nước Mắm, plus the richness of the anchovy. So I made a powder with that, which smells a bit like chocolate. And this powder can be used for seasoning, for making sauce, and I could manage to convince a lot of high-end chefs to use that. And a lot of chefs want this. But it also helps small factories, because when you sell that product for the pigs, you will sell that 10,000 dong per kilo. When you sell that to the chef, you sell it 200,000.
Yeah.
for 100 grams. We
Yeah.
sell it 2 million per kilo.
Yeah.
So if that can help small companies to make more money, more income, and help them to develop that company
Yeah.
to be competitive on an international market with some ideas like that, I'm more than happy to share these innovations
Agree. Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Vietnamese companies.
Agree.
I'm not willing to keep everything for myself.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for your beautiful story. And we believe that Chú Ben is a symbol of Vietnam gastronomic capital.
Wow.
And we happy to talk, to discuss with you for coming time and support you.
I'm very honored
Thank you.
about your
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Thank you for your support.
Even COVID bring a good thing to you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
That's good.
No COVID, no
Yeah.
Chú Ben.
Thank you.